everybody, it's Caitlin from Dalton and Caitlin here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make 3 easy DIY clay polymer dishes. Like this one. Isn't it cute? So let's get to it! You're going to need to get some oven baked clay in any colors you like. I'm using Primo Sculpey clay, but there's a lot of options you can choose from. So for the first dish, you're going to roll out your clay, and what I always picture it as is like a little snake. You'll do this with all of your colors. I made the white snake a little thicker than the rest with the idea of having mostly white in the dish. Once you have all your colors, you're going to put them together and roll it out until they unify. You're going to fold it in half a couple of times and repeat the process, just making sure it all stays together. After that, I went ahead and rolled it out just a little bit. I decided to stretch the clay and just kind of spiral the clay in one direction just to give it a little bit more of a marble effect, squishing it together and folding it in half just to have a more of a circular shape. I then proceeded to roll out the clay until it was about a 1/4 inch thick. I flipped the clay over every once in a while and made sure to roll out in all directions just to keep it even. I was going pretty abstract with this one, so I just cut out a bean-like shape. The trim rolled up is super cute and looks like a little flower. To make this dish even more abstract, which might have been a mistake, but we'll see, I cut out little circles across the entire face of the dish. It was quite the process, but it actually turned out quite cute. Now it's all ready to be baked. Just place it on an oven-safe dish that you want it to take the shape of and bake per instructions. For this next one, I want to make a plate or a tray to place my serums on. It's going to be primarily white, so I'm creating a rectangle sheet, rolling it out just a little bit, leaving it a little bit thick because I'm going to roll it out again later. The next thing I'm going to do is just make a bunch of different shapes out of each different colored clay. For the purple, I'm just rolling it out a little bit and cutting out squares. For the lavender one, I've already just created a long, thin snake, and I'm just cutting out even lengths of it and then rolling out a little bit more and creating horseshoe shapes. They totally remind me of those Lucky Charm marshmallows. Oh, those were so good. I would just wait till the end and just eat pure marshmallow. For the dark purple, I just used the same method of rolling it out, and I just went really long and thin, and then I took a craft knife and just cut tiny thin slices, creating little dots. For this next color, I think it's a periwinkle. I'm just going to be rolling it out nice and thin and then cutting out long rectangles and then splitting them in half. For this next color, I just took a bunch of odds and ends of every different kind of clay and just smushed it up to create a new color. And again, I just rolled it out into a really nice long snake because I'm going to cut it up into quite long pieces and create little S shapes out of them. After you've created all the shapes you wanted, it's time to decorate. Take your clay slab and determine the nicest side. It's usually the one with the least amount of imperfections. Layer all your shapes in any kind of abstract design you want. I layered mine a couple of times just to give it a little bit more depth, and just go crazy and make it messy, make it full. For my dots, I decided to stay in more of a box-shaped pattern, so everything was like in, pairs or little squares or diagonals, just keeping the same shape but going throughout the entire plate. After everything's on there, it's time to roll it out. I rolled out my plate until it was about like a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick, keeping the same square shape and rolling from both directions, but making sure all the pieces are flat and combined into the white clay. And now all that's left to do is square off your dish. I would suggest you use a ruler. I freehanded it and, well, you can tell. And now that you've got kind of the right shape, it's all ready to bake. For the third and final dish, I will be making a small bowl. Take all your colors and make a couple snakes. I made each one a different thickness just to keep it interesting. Next, just cut your clay into slices, making sure each piece is roughly the same width. Once you have all your slices, just start gathering each little piece and arranging it in a circle. Keep each color kind of separated from each other so that no same color is beside itself. Just keep going until you've used all of your pieces and it's roughly in the shape of a circle. Just roll out your clay so it's about a 1/4 inch thick and that each slice has stuck together and there's no holes. Next, just find a small oven-safe bowl that you want your dish to take the form of and just gently place it inside. It'll have a small curve. And it's ready to bake. All of my pieces are finished baking in the oven, and this is the outcome. This abstract one's pretty crazy, but I kind of dig it. The plate is probably one of my favorite ones. It is so cute. I love it. I want to make like a large scale version of it. I think that'd be a cool piece. This little bowl turned out way better than I ever dreamed it could have. It is so petite and so cute. I can't get enough. The kind of raw, rough edge of each different circle around the rim is so adorable. Those dishes turned out way better than I could have ever imagined, and they were so easy to make and really fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a really fun video to make, and I hope it inspires you to make some clay dishes of your own. And if you do, send me a picture because I want to see what kind of creations you come up with. We put out videos every Thursday, Friday, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks guys! See you next time!